So this is a large new piece of barite we have at the museum. Wait a minute, just a moment. There we are. Hello, I'm Bob. This is Bob Collects Stamps. Things. Anyway, that's the place I work. One of the places I work, one of the gigs I have. And I have an opening. I'm going to try and open this. I have, see, it's a envelope. It is from TED Talk Stamps. Where's there? It is TED Talk Stamps. This is what he sent me originally for the review and swap. He sent this January 10th. I got it in March. I'm talking about it in April. Hopefully I will also publish this video in April. We'll see. But in any event, nice bag, big. Don't listen to that. Nice big bag, cardboard or something inside. Nice stamps thing outside. Space, the sun stamps and the lovely postcard stamps that I send out all the time. They're international postcard rate. I bought them last at $1.40 or something. I understand that the UK is now £1.45 or something like that. I don't know what the exchange rate is anymore. I used to know. I always kind of assumed it was £1 equals $2, but it's not true anymore. Let's see, there's a note in here. Here's your swap and research challenge for your mission. Should you decide to accept it, is to find out what the grottos are, report on the significance of the stone statues shown in the stamp. Okay. This is obviously not the same stamps that he sent me the second time. So what I'm going to do is, I didn't send him stamps twice. You refer to the previous video about doing that. Research, swap and research. I'll have to do some research. And there are the stamps. These are used on cover. I assume first day cover. I don't read Chinese, so I don't know for sure. And I assume these are Chinese stamps, but let's get them through. I'll scan them. They should be over my shoulders at some point. But I'm going to research these and report back in a little while about what I find. Okay? Maybe Indian. No, they're Chinese. Looks like something to do with the Buddha. We'll see. We'll find out together in just a moment. So obviously, some time has passed here. And I have done some research. I found out about what's on the stamps. I found out about the stamps. I want to give a little warning and apology to you. I don't speak Chinese. It is not my strong point in languages to pronounce Chinese. I will do my best. And there's a lot of Chinese in this. Well, not, you know, Chinese. So we're going to start. I'll let you know that they depict the Yungong Grottoes, or the Yungong Shigu. They're about a 5-hour drive west of Beijing. They were formerly known as the Wuzhushan Grottoes, and you might find them under that name if you're looking them up online. They are located about 16 kilometers or 10 miles west of Datong, Shaanxi province in the Xili River Valley at the base of the Wuzhushan Mountains. They were carved during the 5th and 6th centuries, and there are 53 major caves and about 51,000 niches, each housing a Buddha statue. They're some of the earliest Buddha carvings in northern China. There are also about 1,100 minor caves. The grottos were carved into a sandstone cliff that is up to 60 feet high. There is a Ming Dynasty era fort on top of the cliff above the grottos. The Northern Wei, also known as the Tuoba Dynasty, ruled northern China between 386 and 534 Common Era, and they made Datong, known then as Pingzheng, their capital. They were among the earliest Chinese adopters of Buddhism, which arrived there via the Northern Silk Road. The earliest imperial carvings in caves 16 to 20 date to before 465 under Emperor Wencheng. The second phase of imperial construction began in 471 under his grandson, Emperor Xiaowen, and the Empress Dowager Feng. Feng was the widow of Wencheng and ruled as regent for her stepson, Jiang starting in 465. She later assassinated him, then acted as regent for his son, Xiaowen, and eventually effective co-ruler when he came of age. She died in 490. Xiaowen moved the imperial court away from Datong to Luoyang in 494, and the imperial support for the caves ended. At the new capital, more imperial-funded grottos were carved. These are known today as the Longmen Caves. After the capital was moved, construction did continue at Yungong with funding from other sources. The final halt was called in 525 when the area was subject to some uprisings. In addition to the statues, there are many fine paintings in the cave, though efforts at preservation of the grottos in the 11th, 17th, and mid-20th century were short-lived. These wooden buildings were built in 1651 in order to protect some of the caves. In the 1990s, a study was done and found out that about all the dust in the caves was sandstone from the caves themselves. This showed that most of the damage in and around the grottos is natural weathering rather than caused by pollution. The Cultural Revolution, however, had brought some purposeful destruction, and bullet holes can still be seen in some of the grottos. These stamps are the second set of Chinese stamps to feature art from the Yungong Grottoes, the first part being of a grotto art set issued in 1990. Macau featured these grottos on stamps in 1993 and Uganda in 1999. China features the Longmen Grottoes on a set from 1993. This stamp set, focused solely on these grottos, was issued on April 13, 2006. There are 4 singles and a souvenir sheet of 1 stamp. The stamps were designed by Jiang Weijie and printed by photogravure by the Beijing Postal Stamp Printing Works. Images of the 4 80 Fen stamps with perforations of 13.5 are Sakyamuni, an offering Bodhisattva, and Xieshi Bodhisattva. The souvenir sheet features Sakyamuni as a face value of 600 Fen with a sheet dimension of 80 by 120 millimeters and a stamp dimension of 40 by 60 millimeters. This stamp has a perforation of 13. As another side note, also in 2006, there was a Chinese television series titled Empress Feng of the Northern Wei Dynasty. The Empress was portrayed by Jacqueline Wu. So that's the story of these stamps and the place they depict. I thank Ted, the talking stamp collector, for sending them to me, even though they took a couple of months to travel the distance between us. Like their tourist advertising says, sometimes Texas is like a whole other country. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, buy me a coffee, anything you'd like to do down below. This is Bob, and this is Bob Collects Stamps. Bye.